Everyone is lying. Be careful of Iran. It was just a show. Iran, when they signed the deal with Israel and America, have they mentioned Gaza? Gaza have waken up the whole world. The Muslim Ummah have not abandoned Gaza. I have a lot of hope in the younger generation. War is a deception. Be careful when you analyze. And in politics, there is no binary. Iran and Israel, they cooperate. Israel supported Iran against...
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So we had a quick kind of emergency podcast when this war between Iran and Israel, so-called Israel, started. It's been called a 12-day war now. The ceasefire was announced, and it was already announced that it was being broken, and there's a lot has been happening. But how do we read this war? How it started? What's going on? Where you think it's going? How do we read this as Muslims?
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. This is in fact a very important question. But what is more important than that is what should we do as Muslims after the war? Or let me put it maybe more accurately, how as Sunni Muslims, how we should react after this war. Now, if we go back to the main question, how do we read the war? How it started and how mainly how it ended. And of course, there are 12 days, this was hitting, and many strategic analysts, they said that Israel could have done this, Iran could have done that, why Iran have not done that, why Israel have not done that. There are so many information and so many analyses that are going on. But I always say that whenever we analyze something, we should not adopt one analysis and then build our plans according to this analysis. This is strategically wrong. And see, you don't need to be a strategic thinker to adopt this methodology, even in your own life. When there are two possibilities, A and B, plan based on both possibilities, not to just plan on one possibility.
So by one analysis, you mean one person's view?
Yeah, one person's view, or even an institution's view. Okay, this is so important. The other thing is, we need to be careful between analysis and wishes. So many people analyze based on their wishes. For example,
based on what they want to see, or want to happen, or want to.
Yeah, this is their dream. They would like, for example, to see Israel is destroyed. So then they say, look what Iran has done, etc., etc. They would like to see Iran destroyed.
But there's a space for that as well, Sheikh, because talking about something, it helps create a discourse, a momentum of discourse, where you could spin people's perception and start a movement, making people look at something differently.
No, it has to be planned. It has not to be put in the analysis.
Because that's what propaganda is, isn't it?
I agree.
And it's important.
Okay, let me put it like this. Some people do it, we have to be careful. Because as you said, it is a propaganda. So we have to be careful of such analysis. Is it a real analysis based on facts, or is it analysis based on wishes? Also, we need to remember that everyone is lying. Yeah, including Trump.
Especially Trump.
Iran is lying. Israel is lying. Everyone is lying. So we need to be careful. Even when they say, well, officially Iran, this is what they said. Now, today, I heard some news from certain sources that 4 of the commanders that Israel claimed that they killed or assassinated, they were not killed. They are still alive. Although Iran in the beginning, they said that they were killed. Yeah. Trump himself, he said, we'll give Iran a space of 2 weeks before we attack. Yeah, something like this. And then he attacked the second day. Israel was talking to Iran or making some statements, and then they attacked the second day. So everyone is lying. We really need to be careful of that. Yeah, al-harbu khida. War is a deception. Also, we need to be careful also of the analysis of think tank centers, because they are also motivated by certain ideologies, and they might participate in the propaganda that you speak about it. Also, we need to remember that we don't know so much information. Yeah? We don't know so much information. That's why now some people, when they listen to this, they say, oh no, so we don't know anything, we should not analyze. What are you talking about? Yeah? No, there are some people
That
who
might
know
be why
about-
some people are so quiet and they just maybe want to, like dua to imams and so forth. They're like, well, it's too complicated. We don't want to talk about politics.
Yeah, but no. I disagree with that. But we'll talk about this in a minute. But I'm talking about some people might say, wow, so what are you calling for? I'm not calling for not to analyze, but to be careful when you analyze. And most importantly, we need to be careful when we plan ahead. This is my point. When we plan ahead, we should plan based on all possibilities. We should plan bearing in mind that all of them might be liars. Yeah, we should plan based on the fact that we are missing so many, or there are so many information that are missing. Okay, so now some people, I'm telling you, within the Muslim analysts, they say that it was just a show. Yeah, or this is one
A performance.
side of a performance, a show. Yeah, because they say that we know for a fact that Israel supported Iran against Iraq, and this is well documented. When America wanted to support Iran against Iraq, against Saddam Hussein at that time, yeah, they shipped certain equipment to the Iranian through Israel, and other weapons, and anti-tanks weapons, etc. This is well known. Now, they say, based on this, these main two entities, Iran and Israel, they cooperate. I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying this is wrong. There is a possibility. This possibility is there. Some other people say, no way. They are fighting, and the fact that Israel killed number of Iranian scholars, top commanders, etc., and destroyed some of the facilities, etc., and then that was followed by America, and definitely they have delayed at least the nuclear program of the Iranians. Are you telling me that this is all show performance? The possibility is there. Yeah, but there is part of the outcome of this war is that Iran definitely is coming out stronger than before. Okay, some people might say, how? There is a difference between tactical defeat or hit and strategic defeat. Yes, maybe Iran has lost some of the equipment, some of the nuclear facilities, some of the nuclear scientists, some of their top commanders, yes, on a short term. But they have been doing this program. Some people say they started this during the Shah of Iran. Yeah, in fact, many have confirmed that this ambition that Iran has, which is to own a nuclear bombs or nuclear, weapons, started at the time of Shah, not at the time of Khomeini. So they have this ambition. They've been working on it. They've been cooperating with different countries, sometimes France, China, Russia, etc. So this ambition has helped them to develop many scientists, develop many facilities, they confirm, I don't know, that there are some other facilities other than these three main facilities that Iran and did not allow anyone to know about it. But for fact is that this ambition, Iran is not going to give it up easily. And
it claims it doesn't have the ambition, though.
Sorry?
It claims it doesn't have that.
Yeah, they claim again. We can't believe them, because what we see on the ground is different. So we need to plan according to the worst, which is what? That they have an ambition to be a nuclear state, okay, and to have a nuclear bombs. And definitely, whether they were working together or they are working against each other, this ambition will be even stronger.
But their own Ayatollah, he gave a fatwa saying this is not allowed, no?
Yeah, this is all. This is they say they gave many fatwas about so many things, and we discovered that those fatwas were not authentic, were not correct. Okay, and maybe he is talking about different context. Anyway, it is clear that they see, even if we say that it is not clear, yes, they had that ambition. Okay, I mean, let us plan based on that ambition. This is one thing. And the other thing is that, of course, here there is a question: why not to have nuclear weapons?
What's your view on that?
Okay, and leave this point aside. As you know, the parliament a few days ago, they suspended the membership of Iran in the
non-proliferation treaty.
Yes, non-proliferation treaty. Yeah, so they suspended that, and they might come out of that. They might come out of that and use this war as a justification for that. So this is one aspect. The other aspect, how we read it, is definitely Israel, although they have proven that they are more advanced in terms of technology, in terms of controlling the airspace, etc., they have proven that they are not as strong as many people have imagined. Yeah, not as state, not as an army, not as maybe they are very strong in terms of intelligence, that is definite, but it is as a state, if you look at it from all perspective, it is not as strong as we can imagine. Also, there is a fact that the people of Israel, now I'm talking about legally, yes, that I'm using the term, doesn't mean that I believe in this, yeah, they started to flee. And this is a fact. That's why even the state stopped them from fleeing. And the more they face these challenges, the more they believe that they are not safe on the long term. Okay, so definitely strategically, yes, so-called Israel is much weaker than what we thought of, and in the future it will be even weaker and weaker. Now, the saddest part of the story, which also can be turned to be a positive thing for Muslims. Now, so many people are talking, so many analysts are talking about the role of missiles, all types of missiles in the modern war. Yeah, maybe you don't need F-35, you don't need F-16, you don't need, but you need a good amount of missiles.
Ballistic missiles.
Yeah, ballistic missiles, ultrasonic missiles, all types of missiles. Yeah, and this, on the other side, that's why Turkey now announced that they are going to strengthen its military, its missile attacking military or defense system. So this gives, or this opens or encourages actually encourages so many Muslim countries to have this kind of power, missiles.
They already have this kind of power. They've been using it to protect Israel.
Some yes,
Somebody in,
I agree, and some not. And at least, see, even if they now using it to protect Israel, in the near future, this will change. That's why so-called Israel will not allow, or they wish not to allow any country around them to have these missiles, even for protecting Israel, because they know that now it is protecting Israel, but these majority Muslim countries, one time good Muslims will take over, and then the missiles will be in the hands, as they say, of their enemies. Yeah,
like Syria.
like Syria. That's why they try to destroy all the missile power of Syria. So this now opened new doors for Muslim countries to operate within. Another element that we need really to look at is Muslim countries should realize that if they are not powerful enough, they will be easily targeted, they will be humiliated, and Israel doesn't mind in expanding until either it controls other countries or actually it expands its territory to include parts of Iraq, parts of Jordan, parts of Syria, and parts of Egypt. So they realize this more. Now, it is very strange that Trump, he is still dreaming of the Abrahamic Accord. Now, we agree that some countries, the leadership of some Muslim countries, they might go with Trump on this. But for the masses, the Muslim masses, now they saw the enmity of America, of course Israel, and many of them started also to be worried about Iran. By the way, one point, why so many Muslims started to be worried about Iran? In the beginning of the war, of the 12 days war, many thought that, oh, well, there will be a real war, and Iran, despite it was defeated in the first day, they thought that Iran will retaliate. And when America claimed that they destroyed when America interfered and hit the three main facilities, nuclear facilities in Iran, everyone thought that Iran now will retaliate badly. Yeah? But what happened? Within a few hours, Iran hit the American base in Qatar. They said that they hit also the American base in Iraq, the American base in Kuwait, and the American base in UAE. Yeah? Of course, the news spoke about the American base in Qatar mainly. And then after that, they said everyone agreed to end the war. Yeah? That raised so many questions about the war itself. How it ended like this.
I mean, it shows that they one angle is they showed some strength, and the parties that are interested in this war, they don't want escalation. And if they hadn't shown strength, then they would have been battered more and more and more. But if you show some backbone, show some strength, now Iran has one of the victories is the propaganda victories, emerged as the hero of the global south, the hero of the anti-Western, axis of resistance, the hero of the Muslim world. So there's a lot of support.
I agree.
Just among Muslims.
I agree.
For Iran, why are they worried about Iran?
But when
because they see finally somebody's giving a punch in the face to this empire that's been that's been exploiting, that's been dominating, that's been abusing the whole
But in reality, what did Iran do after the attacks, the American attacks? What did they do?
They shot back at some bases.
Yeah, and those bases were empty.
Yeah.
This is not a strategic.
But it's a managed escalation, isn't it?
Yeah, no, they did not even escalate. They did not. This is not considered to be proportional retaliation, because what they did, America, and especially at that time, America claimed that they have ended the nuclear facilities of Iran, and then
which they deny. The Iranians deny.
Okay, that yes, but American.
I mean, every side wants to limit the kind of one angle. They want to limit the damage.
Yes, but definitely, if someone were to say that the retaliation should be far stronger than what they have done, and they should have also hit Israel badly, because if they hit Israel badly, then it will be seen as if they have
they have hit.
No. After the American hit,
they did.
After just one time, and they hit certain countries. But if they want to, if the retaliation would be proportional, they would have hit Daimuna nuclear power. They would have hit the air bases of Israel. None of one maybe air base was hit by the Iranian. They could have hit other military complexes in Israel.
I heard you yourself saying, Sheikh, yesterday we were talking, you said, when somebody said, look, Iran, they had fighter jets just parked, not even in the air, not even, controlling their own airspace. You said, for a country, a proper country that's huge and that has, command and control, it has people strategizing, if they don't do something, they don't do it for a reason. There must be some strategic or tactical.
Agree. So, but what I'm saying is that
we could say, why don't they just completely finish off Israel?
Yeah, what we have seen is it raises questions. I'm not saying this or that. I'm saying that it raised so many questions, and the fact that Iran hit the American base in Qatar, and then just within 2 or 3 hours, Trump announced that we have come to an agreement.
So that's a victory.
Yeah, but is that a big, when you come to a big conflict, big real conflict, does it end that quickly?
Well, it has done.
Wow, that's what raises the questions.
Yeah, because
this is what I'm saying. I'm not
interesting
saying
parties.
I don't have a clear answer, but I have questions, and those questions should help me to plan ahead.
So what consequences do?
Yeah, so
it could be seen as just a couple of people talking about anything, the weather or.
Yes. So what I am saying is that honest and sincere and Muslim countries, they should now try to build up themselves and not to rely on any regional power, and to be afraid of any regional non-Sunni, non-Muslim power. This is the conclusion, and to start to see that America, yes, and Israel, in fact, they are just operating as one state. In fact, Israel is the spearhead of America, full stop. Yeah. So, and therefore, if they are really sincere and honest, they should look at it from this perspective, and they should start building themselves up. Yeah.
So should Muslims globally be supporting Iran then? Because this is a Muslim, although okay, they've done all this damage they've done to Muslims around the world.
See,
they're still, I remember seeing that strike on the state television broadcaster.
Yeah.
And the bomb goes off or whatever, they blow up the studio, and you're hearing people saying Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
There's still ta'zeem of Allah there. There's still people who worship Allah there. There's still Muslim people who identify as Muslim.
Yeah. See.
Because you're big on unity.
Yes.
But why are you saying now only Sunni Muslims and not the Shia?
Yeah. See, we as Muslims, Sunni Muslims, we have to be clever enough. And in politics, there is no binary. Yeah. Binary thinking is not there. Polarization is not there. Yeah, you can ally with your enemies against bigger enemies, but that does not mean that your enemies, those whom you are temporary, strategic, or tactically allying with, it doesn't mean that they are your strategic allies. Yeah, so Muslim Sunnis should place themselves in a situation where they can support Iran, benefit of Iran, and be careful of Iran. Yeah, if they manage this, then they are actually and strategically they are on the right track. Yeah, so they should support Iran in certain circumstances. They should benefit from Iran in certain other circumstances. But in the meantime, they should be what? Be careful of Iran, which means that they have to build their own power. Yeah? And there is nothing called we want to support Iran all the way. Why is this? You are asking about unity because we have seen the history of Iran. Yeah, we saw the history of Iran in Iraq. We have seen the history of Iran in Syria. We have even, Palestinians have seen the history of some extreme Shia groups in Lebanon. In 1982, before that, after that, in Sabra Shatila, yes, who massacred the Palestinians. Yeah, it was mainly the Shia militias, the extreme Shia militias. So now with this geopolitical situation, this is the way they should place themselves. And I believe that some Muslim countries, they are trying to have this equation correctly. Yeah, and we need to know that America, it uses and it deploys any of the regional states for its own interest. So it doesn't mind that it will encourage both states to fight in order to what? To gain certain strategic interest. Or sometimes it might force both of them to work together in order to what? In order, again, to gain, say, certain own strategical interests that we might not be aware of. So, between Iran and Iraq, it was in favor of America to weaken both of them. So they supported Iran against Iraq, but also in the beginning they supported Iraq in order for them to continue fighting to weaken each other.
Yeah.
And to sell more weapons to Iraq. Okay, so between Iran and Israel, America also plays the same role. It might deploy both of them to go against each other in certain circumstances, and sometimes to what? Support each other, work together in order to maybe against another Sunni power. So that's why I am keep insisting that the Muslim world should be careful of both. And although they might support Iran at some point, they might work with Iran at some point, but they should be also careful because America down there, they are using both of them for its own interest. So this is something that we need to be careful of and put in mind while reading what has happened or what may happen even in the future.
A lot of people, especially in like comments and in our last discussion, they want you to talk about what's your view on these kind of Arab dictators and kings that are, either, and you might call them Muslim countries, that are silent, that they've just ignored Iran, or they've sided with Israel on the US. What's your message about this? Because are you pro these, Gulf monarchs in kind of attacking Iran because of your, because of we're Sunni, they're Shia, and then we're just
Yeah, by the way, now many Gulf countries and Gulf monarchs, or some of them at least, they realized that Iran is a strong state, it is a neighboring country, and they realized that they have to have a formula to work together, or at least to work carefully together.
Is this what's
They
coming out in the
have
Arab
realized.
world, in the Arab, because you're obviously more in tune with the Arab.
This is the analysis of some commentators, and maybe it is true because they realize that they have no option but to work together, although to be careful of each other. What is sad is to see that still other Sunni Muslim countries are not building allies, strong allies among themselves. So, for example, imagine if there is an ally between a strong ally between Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. Imagine if they, and Algeria. We should not forget Algeria because Algeria is a strong country.
So
Yes,
you're talking
although
about some kind
population
of Muslim NATO or some kind of
Yeah, they were talking about Muslim NATO. They should try to find a way towards that. And their fear of America, yes, should not stop them from thinking that way. This is the way forward for
How will they do
the
that?
Muslim Ummah. This
How
is the
should
way.
they do that? How should they do that?
Of course, if there is a will, there is a way. They can do it. If there is a will, there is a way. Yeah. But back to the point. So I said, if Muslims can deal with Iran or deal with anyone, look, see, Russia and Turkey during Bashar al-Assad regime, they were fighting, yeah, either directly or by proxy, yeah, and they were talking to each other. In Azerbaijan, they were fighting. Turkey was supporting the Azerbaijan state, and Russia was against that. So in politics, there is nothing that you are my ally all the way, or you are my enemy all the way around.
But it seems to be that is the case on a global stage, though, because if we look at, for example, the main powers, they split the world into friend or foe. If you are a friend, we'll support you, even if you're committing genocide, we'll protect you in the UN, we'll do this. If you are enemy, we'll dehumanize you,
Well, this might be true against the Muslim Ummah.
maybe the public discourse, but in the behind the scenes, they're always making deals and having.
Yes,
Yeah.
this might be against the Muslim Ummah. That might be true to a certain degree. But, okay, look, China and America. Yeah? China is the biggest trading state with America. So, China is benefiting from America, although they are enemies. Yeah, between China and Russia. And imagine, of course, America will support the Uyghurs, for example, to weaken China. Yeah. Yes, but if there is a common interest between China and America, China and America will come together against another enemy. This is how politics work. It is very unfortunate that sometimes we see politics as black and white, yeah, and politics doesn't work like this. Anyway, this is my the way I see that we should Muslim countries should deal with Iran.
As a Palestinian, as a Ghazawi, what's your view on, some people are saying this has distracted us from the Gaza genocide.
Okay. As it comes to Palestine, again, major questions to be raised. That Iran, when they signed the deal with Israel and America, have they mentioned Gaza?
That's the sad thing about all of this thing, that it's only when you're attacked as a nation, then you respond, but not to help.
Agree. Which means that this what many people are asking. If Iran is truly in support of the Palestinians, they should have included Gaza in the deal that Israel should stop the attack of Gaza. Or they should have said clearly, they should make it clearly that at least they should allow the human aid to enter Gaza. But it was not mentioned at all. And that's why so many people are asking, oh, come on, this is the Iranian hypocrisy. And those and some other people, they say, of course, Iran was supporting Hamas or Gaza or Palestinians according to their own interest.
National interest.
Their national interest, or according to their own terms. When there is a conflict between that support and their own interest, Iran will easily abandon Gaza. Yeah. So those people who are celebrating Iran's role in supporting the Palestinians, they should hold on and look at it from, as we say, from a macro perspective and see that, well, Iran actually have signed the deal without even without mentioning Gaza in the picture at all, while they could have done that. It is also, I know, it is very sad that when we mention this, some people say, but what about the Muslim countries, the Sunni countries? We know that the Sunni countries' leadership, they are not in favor of helping the Palestinians. They are not at all. So that is done. But some people say, well, but Iran was supporting Gaza. Yeah, Iran
Yemen,
was
the
supporting
Houthis.
Yeah, even Al Houthis were supporting Gaza. But even if we say that they were genuine in supporting Gaza or supporting the Palestinians, but everything has limits. In politics, everything has limits. And as we said, you might fight with someone. There is no ally all the way, and there is no enemy all the way. This is how the global setup is operating, unfortunately.
Yeah. What do you think the future is for Gaza now? Is a ceasefire about Gaza on the cards, do you think?
See, the news that is coming from Gaza, is that they are still resisting. Yeah, they did not surrender. And as far as the Palestinians are continuing struggling and continuing resisting, one time they will be victor. This is in brief. And Allah Jalla wa Ala says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا ورابطوا واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون. And Allah Jalla wa Ala says, وإن تصبروا وتتقوا لا يضركم كيدهم شيئا. If you have sabr and taqwa, inshallah, you will win. And at the end of the day, it is very painful that I don't like to say that the Muslim Ummah abandoned Gaza. No. It is the political leadership of the Muslim Ummah that have abandoned Gaza. The Muslim Ummah have not abandoned Gaza. The Muslim Ummah, we have seen through the flotilla, the Sumud caravan, and other attempts that the marches as well, they want to help Gaza. Yeah. And by the way, we have seen so many non-Muslims. In fact, you know, this, this Sumud, caravan.
The march to the Gaza.
They marched to Gaza. Some people joined, and they said almost 80% of the people were not Muslims. Yeah, which shows that the world now is waking up, and it is the world is controlled by corrupted people, and that will not last for long, because the awareness, and we are now in a battle of awareness. We want more people to be aware and more people to be ready to take actions, yes, and then we will see a real change in the world. That's why I am very optimistic, and that's why I am very positive about that. And if we may conclude, we have seen the victory of or the win of this new quote unquote Muslim mayor for New York. Yeah,
the candidacy.
The candidacy. Yeah. Okay. we have seen this, and this is a shock.
Gaza has transformed our politics.
The whole world.
Yeah.
The whole world.
People are waking up. There's something wrong.
Yes. Gaza have waken up the whole world, the entire world. Especially, I have a lot of hope in the younger generation. Yeah. This, what's his name? Mamadani. Yeah. He's 33 years of age. By the way, he was not born in America. He went to America when he was 7. He was born in Uganda. And he was living between Uganda and South Africa. At the age of 7, he moved to America. And according to my research, he received his American nationality when? In 2018, only in 2018. Yes. Okay. So, which is really strange. And as we have seen, that he's openly anti-Zionism. And where is he now a strong candidate to become the mayor? In
New York.
New York. What is New York?
Yeah.
They said the number of Jewish people and Zionists in New York, yeah, maybe is the second in the world after Tel Aviv. Despite that, he won. Yeah, or he
won the Democrat.
Yes, the Democrat. Yeah. So he is now a strong candidate, and the young people, they would like to see a change. They would like to see a different narrative.
Even young Jews are anti-Zionism.
Even young Jews. In fact, we have seen some marches by Israeli Jewish people next to the borders of Gaza. They wanted to, I have seen some clips of that, they wanted to supply food to the people of Gaza, which means that the younger generation, yeah, is different from the old generation. And we have to invest on our young Muslims, and we have to work and give da'wah. We need to be more active in giving da'wah and present Islam, as I always say, as a civilizational alternative for all young people, Jewish, Christians, atheists, agnostics. We should be able to present Islam. That is the real challenge for me. Are we ready as du'at and as organizations that work on da'wah to present Islam to all these people? This is the big question, and inshallah, if we work together, we will be able to achieve that.
So I know you don't like this question, Sheikh, because it's binary, but who won?
This is a good question, and this is, I was listening to so many analysts trying to answer this question. I think in such situations, there is no absolute winner, there is no absolute victor, okay, and there is no absolute loser. I think Iran won something, Israel won something, although I believe that Iran won more than it lost. Israel lost more than it won. Israel might have won some tactical maneuvers along with America as well, but Iran, I think, strategically won more. And see, again, America and Israel, they are making this a huge mistake. Now, again, I'm looking at it from a macro perspective.
When someone gets too arrogant, they make mistakes.
Exactly. Arrogance breeds blindness. Arrogance breeds stupidity. Seriously. Okay? And we have the best example, or the clear example, the example of Pharaoh. Pharaoh, he was so arrogant, so powerful. And he was chasing Musa and his people. They came to the sea. Musa, Allah Jalla wa Ala, turned part of the sea as land to Musa. Now Pharaoh is watching this. Now Pharaoh, what? Accused Musa of being a magician. Okay. And Pharaoh has experience with magic because his elite, many of them, they were magicians. He didn't say for a second that maybe this is a plot by Musa, maybe this is magic. He didn't say that. He kept following. Now, the issue is Israel, right from the beginning of the 12 days, they said, we want to destroy Iran so it will not have any nuclear program. And they also they wanted to change the regime, although they found that it is difficult to change the regime. Yeah. So they set a high bar, a high goal, and that was stupid from the beginning. I said that was stupid. Why? Because Iran is a huge country. It is impossible just to destroy them or to destroy their ambition to have a nuclear power or to be a superpower just like this. So because they set a high goal,
I mean,
publicly
expressing it.
Yes.
That could be your internal aim, but you don't tell the public that this is our...
Because people will judge you according to what?
The goal you gave yourself.
The goal you set for yourself. If you do not achieve it, then you are losing in front of people. And see, definitely people, Israel, so-called Israel and America, they want to preserve their image as, the powerful states. Yeah, America as a superpower and Israel as the powerful state in the region, the regional powerful state. Yeah. So it's difficult to say, well, Iran won completely, Israel lost completely, or otherwise. I think there are elements of all. Maybe strategically, I think Iran won more than Israel and won more than what it lost. Yeah.
So just to summarize, just the last final question. If there was one overarching lesson from this war, what would it be?
That we should not lose hope, and the world is changing faster than what we expect, and we should be ready for these changes, and the promise of Allah Jalla wa Ala will be fulfilled. وعد الله الذين آمنوا منكم وعملوا الصالحات ليستخلفنهم في الأرض كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم وليبدلنهم من بعد خوفهم وليمكنن لهم دينهم الذي ارتضى لهم وليبدلنهم من بعد خوفهم أمنا يعبدونني لا يشركون بي شيئا. Allah Jalla wa Ala gave promise to those who fear Allah Jalla wa Ala and have taqwa. Allah Jalla wa Ala promised them that He will establish them, He will establish the deen for them, and the condition is they should worship Allah Jalla wa Ala alone without committing any kind of shirk.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh, for your time. And Jazakallah khairan, brothers and sisters, for watching. If you like this podcast, as usual, give a like and a share. If you haven't subscribed, wherever you get your podcasts,
بأنك تقبلني يا كريم.